Hi, you guys. Hello, and welcome to Nosy Bystanders Live Sunday service. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander, and I want to get into these two stories that kind of like broke last night, and they're pretty interesting. This one is going to be the most interesting because obviously a lot of updates have occurred. And that's between Cardi B and Nicole Arbor. And then the final story I want to talk about was a child who turned up unalived to his sad demise by the name of Vallen. So we're gonna go into his story, and it's kind of spilling all over on TikTok, and I want to get into that story pretty early, because it's a mystery. It is a mystery, and it's just as important as the Shanquella Robinson story. While we wait for the Shanquella Robinson story to kind of progress, right? Sometime next week or sometime this week coming up, we're going to see a lot more progression in her case because again, that red notice and so on and so forth. And then we're going to see her that warrant executed. So for now, we have to talk about other people's stories because that's what you do when you're a black media company. Let's see who's all in the building because honey, we got to get to this tea, honey. Okay, what's up, Stephanie? How you doing today? Hello, Kamiko. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Go Getta. Hello, C. Hello, Alicia. Hello, Ruth. Hello, where's the tea? I'm gonna try to get through these quick because there's not that many of you in here. But as soon as y'all start filling in, um, I gotta hustle. Okay. Hello, Triple Leo. Hello, Unicorn and Dimpled. Hello, Shan. Hello, Deidra. How you doing? Hello, Nosy Inquisitive. Hello, Tracy. Hello, Toilet Tish. Hello, D. I'll call you Bunny. Hello, Bunny. Hello, Statement 92. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Sheree. Hello, Doro's mom. I hope I'm saying that right. What's up, Kawana? I see you got a profile pic now, finally. or or are you a different Kawana? Because if so, I know there's not two Kawanas in here. I know they ain't two Kawanas in here. I'm gonna have to call my mama because her friend in the 90s name was Kawana. That's why I always think it's so funny. Okay. Hello, Bougie. Hello, Courtney. Hello, Nisa. Hello, Anastasia. Hello, Brandy. Hello, Lollipop. Hello, Crystal. How you doing? Hello, Wu Chow. Where you been, Wu Chow? No, you out of vacations? Out of cruise ships? Hello, E Ortiz. I saw you getting your your trim today on Instagram. Hello. Hello, Wink Baidu. Hello, AC. Hello, Tanya. Hello, Quinta. Hello, Jazz Prince. Um, hello, Brandy. Hello, Gina. Oh, room's filling up. I got to hustle. Hello. Is it Hope niece like Hope Beyonce like Beyonce? Is it Hope Beyonce like Beyonce? I'm curious. She said, "Nope, I'm the same Kwana." Okay, Kwana. Hello, Valencia, all the way from Facebook. Hello, Tamisha. How you doing today? Hello, Tess. Hello, Chrissy. Hello, Stacy. Hello, is it is it Cherish? Is your name pronounced Cherish? Hello, Cherish. Hello, Jay. Hello, Tamika. And Hope Yonsei. Hope Yonsei is your name. And you said yes. Hello, Kyle Green. How you doing? So I want to get into this story because Honey Chow, Cardi B is already quick with the deletes. And I want to hurry up and get to them because she's already deleted them. But don't worry, she deleted them, but we got it. We saved a copy of them. So I don't know what happened today, but Cardi B and Nicole Arbor got into a tizzy. I don't know what happened, but I'm gonna start where I know. And if you know more, let us know. Okay. So she got into this tizzy with Cardi B by starting off this tweet says, "Oh, I said what I said. Even if that video was made before it happened, you still don't see what's happening. When you promote senseless violence in a community, you get senseless violence in a community. It's sad AF that all these young guys are passing away. Something has to change," which is an understandable statement. I mean, do I agree with her statement? Yeah, right? Like you rap about violence, but again, it's not really rapping about violence and the promotion of violence. What people fail to understand about music, it's that it's an art form. So some people think, "Oh, they're rapping about violence," but they don't understand that most rappers, right? Because she's in black people business, obviously. So she doesn't understand that most rappers are talking about their lived experience. So to her, it looks like they're promoting it, but to them, it just looks like um, a journal that rhymes, right? But again, this is what happens when you're in people business. Okay, stay out of our business. Leave your Thoughts to yourself. But Cardi B was not having it. Now I'm going to share my screen with you here because Cardi B deleted these tweets, and well, we got them, so we want to read them. And I'm going to pull them up for you here. Is this the first one? Yes. So Nicole, she tweets that these are now deleted tweets from Cardi B. Cardi B says, your community don't sing about mass pew pewings and messing with their cousins, yet y'all still do it. Mind your pink neck. She's a comedian who has divested, like her comedy career didn't take off. So now she's like a far right commentator. That's all. She just panders to the far right, like Ben Shapiro, Sam Harris. If you're not familiar with the far right talking heads, that's where she belongs. She said, "Mind your pink neck." Cardi B is incessant. Okay, so let me share my screen again. Okay, so now they continue because these are all deleted by Cardi B. Now, trigger warning. There you go. Nicole goes on and says, and replies back to Cardi B and says, your brother-in-law was just unalive. And you're posting videos about unaliving still? Like still? And then Cardi B replies with that. I'm going to blow my screen up so you can read it. I'm not going to say it out loud because, again, that's that. I don't know where Cardi B got off saying that. But absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can't even explain to you how uh yeah. 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 Mhm. 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 Definitely did. It definitely did. When I read it, I was, well, you know what? Let me tell you what I was. I was mortified. I was a bit perturbed by it because I didn't see anywhere where Nicole was wrong. Does that make sense, right? So uh, I didn't see like, oh man, Nicole. You see what I mean? I wasn't like that. Like now, mind you, I'm not a huge fan of Nicole Arbor. Actually, I'm not a fan of hers at all. I think she's got really bad takes. But in this instance, she didn't. She actually had a decent take, right? Like you're posting about this stuff, but you just had a passing, right? Like, like be mindful of what you're posting. And there's nothing wrong with saying that. And there's nothing wrong with saying it publicly. And then to follow up, now Cardi B could have followed up with almost anything. She could have literally just said, you know what? You got a point. I shouldn't post stuff like that. You're right. Or even just kind of take a personal take in it. But this tells me everything that I needed to know about Cardi B. And this is, there's no way I'd be able to listen to her music again after that. And we know she felt bad about it because she deleted it. I'm going to share with you what Nicole Arbor said in reply, because thank God she screenshotted it. And here's her reply. Let me share my screen with you. I mean, come on. Nicole replied back and says, yo, wait, did Cardi B just to my mom? She didn't. Yeah. About not promoting violence. Yeah. You silent watching, but that's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, the things she's gotten away with have made her quite invincible, right? Like she's gotten away with a lot. You know what I mean? Like her fan base still rides with her, which is great, right? That's fantastic. But at the same time though, it's like she has quintessentially become Nicki Minaj. She's quintessentially become Nicki Minaj. Um, she has. She definitely has. She's definitely become Nicki Minaj. I'm just gonna move the tweet down. You already know that the context of the tweet. I don't want to leave it on my screen too long, but um, she has mm, quite in poor taste. Cardi B did. Cardi B said that. She said that. She said, "Your mother is going to," and you can finish the words. She has become Nicki Minaj. It is it was a sad day on Twitter seeing that. Like, I was like, "Wow." When I saw that she deleted it, I was like, "Well, good. Thank God you did because it definitely shouldn't be on the internet." But 2, do you not have managers or publicists who tell you this type of stuff that you shouldn't and shouldn't say? Because Nicole Arbor has an army of right-leaning individuals who are going to ride for her, and that's from all the big talking news heads. I mean, all of that. And it makes Cardi B become like this kind of untouchable character. So you won't be able to use her influence for anything because she's tainted. Because all if you say something that she doesn't like, she's simply just going to say, you know, things that will make you fear for your life, which is not good. I'm trying to like watch my words, but you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Like, if she says those things, then like, you understand what I mean? This is from Chimri. I hope I'm saying that right. Says I can understand Cardi B's reply. If someone says anything I don't like about I go in right, but within context. You said if someone says anything I don't like about your sons, right? I imagine that, and this is no shade to you, but I imagine your scope is a bit smaller. So you're not just going to have wild people from all the corners of the earth saying anything defamatory about your son's passing, right? But there's context is needed. Cardi B posted something. She already deleted it, so I don't know what she posted that kind of triggered Nicole, but she posted something that is graphic in nature, and Nicole just added commentary to it. Like, you would think that like after the untimely passing of your brother-in-law, you would probably be really mindful about pew-pewing, right? And promoting it and just putting it anywhere on your platform. Cardi B sounded the alarm and went off, right? That's a little bit, these are little two different worlds. And this does require a whole lot of context and nuance. You understand what I mean? And I don't think Nicole said anything that was just to the point where she would, you know, threaten her mother's life. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if you would go that far. I would hope not. But I don't know, it just seems a little bit crazy. This is from Amico. Says now Cardi knows how she felt about Tasha K was bashing her. Why would she say that about the girl's child? I don't know. But Cardi B did delete it. So she definitely felt something. She definitely knew the ramifications of what she said wasn't good. I wish I'd have gotten to the replies. I just snapped it really quick because it was so bad. I was like, there's no way she's keeping this up. So I took the snapshot of it because I'm like, that's not good, right? Like, why would you have that up? Um, and she did. She in turn she deleted it. She deleted it. He says she's heartless. Nicki would never. Oh, Kashmir, yes, Nicki Minaj would. Nicki Minaj came after us here at the Nosy Bystanders, and we didn't even say anything about her. And she sent her little Barbarellas after us. This one Kelly says, even if you do have managers or like that, Cardi B should have manners regardless. You're right. I mean, she has a large platform, so she has to be quite mindful of what she says. Now, let's take a look back at Cardi B's Twitter account and let's see what she has been posting since she deleted those posts. Okay, let's go. Okay. So she posted this and it says, I'm gonna blow my screen up. It says, my eye is twitching for, I must contain myself. Why'd you delete the other replies though, Cardi? Interesting. Then she followed up and Nicole replied with that, hey, yo, did Cardi B just threaten, my mom's? Cardi B replied back and says, I didn't to your mom, I stated a life fact. See, now look how quick you put that Karen hat on. And then Cardi B posts this screenshot that says, does every living thing pass? It says all living things will eventually pass. It's a fact of life, but it can be hard to face those times when you lose a beloved pet or a personal loved one. The loss can be devastating and difficult to cope with. This is classic gaslighting. This is this is classic. This is definitely classic gaslighting because if she wasn't gaslighting her, why on God's green earth would Cardi B delete it? Tasha K never deleted. That's right. She never did. This one, Queening Winslow says, people don't understand there's power in the tongue. Absolutely. You said, I never heard Nicki insult anybody's mama. You're being specific. It doesn't matter if she was insulting someone's mother or somebody's, left toenail. It's the regards that Nicki Minaj has a history of going after people, small creators, regular, people, private citizens. So I don't care. You're trying to split hairs. I'm talking about the fact that somebody was insulting and targeting someone. I'm not talking about somebody's mama. And I promise you, if we did enough digging, Nicki'd be going after somebody's mama. Let's be for real. Don't act crazy. Okay. Don't act crazy because that sounds crazy. This from Veronica says, Cardi is overly emotional and prone to speak out of her neck. Exactly. Um, they are pretty terrible. They are. I've never met a good one. I never met a good one. This from Lay says Cardi B needs to stay off social media. Legit, she does. And now she's trying to gaslight Nicole like she didn't say that. You did say it. Why'd you delete it if you didn't say it? This from None. None says it ain't about what you heard. Wrong is wrong. That's correct. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is definitely wrong. Is a Cardi 100. Ooh, child. Don't get blocked. This from DC says, I think that she honestly mentioned it and did not add the full context to it as a happens to everyone in life. It doesn't matter. You shouldn't say it. You guys, there's decorum. We could say everything. We could say anything, without getting graphic. I could say, wow, I could literally in you in the head. And you're like, Steph, is that a threat? Hey, let me give you context. No, it doesn't matter if I gave context. It's just something that shouldn't be said, regardless of if her mother is just like 75, Nicole's mother, 75 years old, relatively healthy. And then Cardi B saying, eventually in 100 years, your mom's going to go. You still don't say that. You understand what I mean? You just don't. It's just something you don't say. It's just something you don't say. It's like, have some qualms about you. Does that make sense? Have a little bit of qualm about you. Have a little bit of a grace about you. It's not about being ladylike. It's just having a little bit of grace and qualm, right? Just be kind, right? It's not that hard, you guys. It's not that hard. He says a two-edged sword. I don't know what that means. Please elaborate for us. This from Toilet Tish says Cardi shows how manipulative she can be. She's quite delusional and she's quite manipulative. And it's very clear that a lot of her fans who have found their way to this live stream are just as delusional as Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. They're both quite delusional. At least their fan bases. But where do they get it from? Hello, Cree. How are you? This from Wink Badu says, I'm okay with the gaslight. Nicole was being insensitive with the shady, in that shady white way. She definitely was, but she wasn't wrong. She could be shady, right? But she wasn't wrong. She was not wrong. Okay. This is from DC says, I don't know anything about the situation, but honestly, that is what my mind goes to, that she mentioned as an eventual outcome for everyone, but did not add context, whichever made it seem cold. Exactly. It did. It came off quite cold and callous, right? It's like, you just don't say it. I mean, it's just about having, it's just like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like, it's just something you don't say, you just don't say it. Period. I don't care if there's context or not. Don't say it. It's not that difficult, you guys, to be kind and not say harsh things. Cardi B could have rebutted back to Nicole and had a really good, concise conversation about rap music right? How it is an artistic expression and not a promotion of something. But she completely lost the argument when she started talking about Nicole's mother. Like Nicole's mom ain't had nothing to do with it, just like Cardi B's mom ain't got nothing to do with it. You understand what I mean? Okay. I'm just saying. This is from Gina. Gina says, you can never take back anything you say and can't get time back. That is absolutely correct. That is absolutely correct. This is from Queen Shell. Queen Shell says, messing around with them Lifetime Christmas movies. This is from BK Sexy Babe says, yes, you did. Yes, I did what? This is from Sheila. Sheila says, this is not a safe space for Barb's or Barty Gang. This is not a safe space for you. If you've come here in support of Cardi B, you're gonna be in for a rude awakening. You are. You're gonna get your feelings hurt, and your whole world reconceptualize. This might not be the space for you because I know you're new here. Because the Barbs, they're not new here. I'm so used to them. After Nicki Minaj went ahead and doxed us, we're used to them. But for Barty Gang, don't get you're going to. So I'm just telling you now, tread lightly because everything I'm going to say you're not going to like. But I'm going to just attempt to be accurate. Okay. I'm going to attempt to do it. This from DC says, honestly, with him on slots of social media, decorum is based off of who is light. Nowadays, that is a problem, but that has so much harm in the fast norm. I'm not entirely sure what that means. You said slot. You said honestly with him on a lot. I don't know who him is. Can you elaborate for us a little bit? This is from BK. Says you've been going in on Nikki for a minute now. You don't remember, and let me say I kind of like you, but oh, you can't. Oh, wait. I'm glad you like me. Thank you. I appreciate that. But you can't police what I say. Now, Nicki Minaj be able to police what the Barbarellas say, but you can't police what no one can. No one can police what I say. Not you, not Nicki, not Cardi, not the Barbarellas, not the Carterellas. We call them the Carterellas and y'all the Barbarellas. Neither of y'all. Nobody can police what I say. If you don't like what I say about your favorite, you actually don't have to be here. You can just come back for the next show. Ain't no moderators here, so can't nobody block you. But if you don't like what I say, just skip the show. This would just be the one show you sit out. Okay, does that make sense? This one, Queen Shell says, if I were rich and famous as these music acts, I'd think of a million other things to do with my time. But that's just me. Me too. If I were as rich as Cardi B, you could never find me on the internet. I mean, you literally wouldn't find me on the internet. I mean, like I would make content, but for fun and jovial ways, but you wouldn't find me on the internet. The internet is where you won't find me. This from Tracy Dre, and I totally agree with you, Queen Shell. This from Tracy J says, I listen to Cardi B and Nicki's music. People be worshiping celebrities. I'm good to be here personally, right? And this from a messy vlog 21, not messy, honey. Says, I love your objective views, Nosy. Thank you. I appreciate that. This is from Red or Blue Pill says, everyone's mother passes. Cardi didn't say she was going to do it or have it done. Then why she delete the tweet? That's my question to you, Red. If it wasn't in bad faith, because what Cardi B is acting like right now is a bad faith actor. So I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Let us know why she deleted it. If it was in good faith, why is it gone? I'm waiting. I'm going to post this up so you can see it. I'm not going to read it, but I'll make the screen pretty big and you'll be able to see it for yourself, okay? So 1 second. I'm going to make sure this is the right one. Nope. Let me share the other one. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. I'll blow it up and then you can read. Now, these are deleted. Cardi B has deleted these, and we're discussing whether they were like, what you guys think of this? Okay. Okay, still waiting on that answer, Red. Did you come back? You said, I'll for sure let you know. Okay. We'll move on to the next statement, okay? This from DC. DC says, because she realized that it came across in a manner in which it could be taken out of context. That's why she deleted the tweet. Honestly, don't think the girl has a good publicist. Cardi B, you're definitely correct, and she definitely does not. You're absolutely correct. This from Red Pill came back and says because Cardi B is a celebrity, and I'm sure her PR told her to do it. Ah, so it was made in bad faith. So you agree with me. I appreciate you agreeing with me. Now, I don't expect you to always agree with me. I don't like to be the one who says I'm always right. I don't, I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I appreciate you agreeing with me that it was made in bad faith and it should be deleted. So anything that Cardi B states after the fact is gaslighting. It's that simple. If it was in good faith, she should have lifted up. Period. This from Cotton Candy. Hey, Cotton Candy says, right. So why she post and delete it? It got to make sense. I agree. This is from Veronica says she started deleting because she has handlers that told her to take it down. Maybe she reread it and sent the Google. I don't know what Cardi thinks. Yeah, same. Crickets. No, they replied, Amico. They replied. None says, I would have been like, I hope you disappear tomorrow, Card. Same. I'd have said something definitely ignorant back. But that's me. This one, Cleopatra says, it was directed to someone or just a statement. It was directed to someone. It's right here on our screen. If you can see it, it went out to Nicole Arbor. She is a right-wing commentator, kind of like Candace Owens. She's not really known, but she's up there, but she's not up there. This is from Ortiz says, not only is it in poor taste, but it's mean and low down. It's all of that, Ortiz. It's mean and low down, honey. It's in bad faith. Totally agree with you on that. This one, Phyllis says, I'm late, but I'm here. Hey, y'all. We're back. I'm sorry. This is from Kira. Kira says, wait until Chief starts calling out the pick-me's. I'm not a big fan. Listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm a pick-me. I'm a pick-me too. We all have pick-me energy somewhere in us, right? Some of us have a higher scale of pick-me energy, and some of us have a lower scale, right, of pick-me energy. But we're all pick-me's. At some point in our lives, we all become a pick-me, right? Whether we're dating someone and we want them to be serious, but they won't, so we just constantly dote on them, or the way that we do it with our friends, and we want our friends to accept us, and so we give that pick-me energy. We're all a pick-me, okay? So I'm not above pick-me nature, but I recognize it because we all got it in us. We all do. We all got pick-me in us. Everybody, whether you want to believe it or not. Pick-me simply just means that you just want some sort of acceptance somewhere, whether you're a pick-me at work with your boss, or you're a pick-me in your relationship life, right? Or in friend life or familial family life, you're pick me somewhere. We all are. This from None says, it was definitely in bad faith, and she can't even stand on what she said. That's why she deleted it. Child, Cardi B a mess. Cardi B is a mess. This from Wink Badu says, we also know that Nicole made a comment about Takeoff in bad faith. No, she didn't, because she never deleted it. She did not make that statement in bad faith. Cardi B posted something with a violent nature behind it, and Nicole replied and said, didn't you just lose your brother-in-law to what you're posting? That's not in bad faith. That is what is called a critique. It's a critique. Now, I may not agree with Nicole on a political spectrum, right? Like, I don't fall to the right. I don't agree with her on any of that. But at the same time, though, what she said to Cardi B was not in bad faith. It was a critique. And I think when a lot of stuff happens across the internet, everybody wants to label it as this one thing, this one thing, this one thing. But you guys, in grammar and in English, everything has to be classified under some umbrella. Everything does, right? So Cardi B's statement was in bad faith. She deleted it. Nicole's statement was not in bad faith. It was a critique. When somebody makes a wild conspiracy theory, that is labeled a wild conspiracy theory. When somebody else makes a theory, right, that's a theory. When somebody else makes a statement, that can be labeled, is that an anecdote? If somebody else makes a statement, that could be a hypothesis. Not everything is everything, okay? Everything must be classified when it comes to English and vernacular. period. So what Nicole said is not in bad faith. It is simply a critique that Cardi B did not take lightly, and she doesn't have to. No one's saying that Nicole's critique has to be taken right with open arms, but Cardi B didn't have to reply in the manner in which she did. That was not in good faith at all. It was not in good faith. Let me get to your next comment. So I just want you guys to know that there are different classifications for sentences. Okay. There are. Not every sentence is, oh, that's just a sentence. No, it's not. Did it end with a question mark? Did it end with an exclamation point? Did it end with a colon? Did it end with a comma? Is there an ampersand at the end? Every sentence means something. Okay. This one, Cleopatra says, I like her music, but that definitely means that's something that should have been said because we know she loves her mother. I don't know what it is, but it was bad. It was bad. It was definitely bad. It was definitely bad. And Cardi B definitely should, honey. Cardi B, shout, shout, shout. A mess. A mess. Now, here's my last thing before we move on to our next story about Cardi B. I don't even know how to get it out. Well, she egghead, okay? She is hyperbolic. She is dramatic, and she can lose a lot if she don't put her lips together and think before she talks. She thinks she's smarter than she is because the Cardarellas, okay, like the Barbarellas, the Cardarellas have hyped her up so much. Now she thinks she's the smartest person in the universe. Cardi B, you're not smart making statements like that. At least that wasn't a smart choice to make. And it's good that she deleted it, but her trying to gaslight her audience into believing, oh, there was no context. She took it out of context. You didn't have to add the context. If your statement said what it said, then you should have added context to it. You said it because you were trying to be mean and hurtful. Do better. Like, and the Cardi B, the Cardarellas, whatever y'all call yourself, stop hyping up crazy, uneducated people. Okay. Stop hyping up crazy, uneducated people. Y'all are sick. The same for the Barbarellas. Find a new god. Because the more you support people like Cardi B and their volatile nature, it says more about you than it does about Cardi B. Because she didn't make up her Cardarellas out of a figment of her imagination. You guys are real people, and the more you support her and try to gaslight everybody else and be like, oh, well, she really meant this. I don't care what she really meant. She shouldn't have said it. That's the point. I think y'all went over your head. If you continue to support people like Cardi B, you're just as bad as her. Actually, you're worse because you're supporting her behavior. Get a grip. Most of you are in your 40s. Get a grip. Fast. Okay? Get a grip fast. Because you're losing a grip with reality and you need help. Okay? You're losing a grip with reality and y'all need help. Period. Like, who child? Y'all here defending her. I out here defending a woman who don't know you. You know how crazy that look? I won't even defend your mama, but you're gonna be out here defending Cardi B. Wild. So here's the story I want to get into next. This woman story had went viral. I have been tagged all in her videos, and I wanted to get into her story because it's definitely unusual. It's definitely sad. It's definitely tragic, and I wanted to discuss it. So this is Kim Renee, and she is going to share her story. There's only one clip. I've actually reached out to her because I wanted to go over the details of her case. So see what we can do here at the Nosy Bystanders to help highlight her story and maybe give it some attention that we've been giving Shanquella, right? So here is Renee. Let me blow this up and I'm going to let her tell you her story and we're going to go over some of the details.
Help me find justice for my 3-year-old who was murdered. He did not deserve this at all. This was the last photo I took of him. And on July 18th of 2022, I had got a call from his father saying that I'm sorry. I was so confused and I did not know what was going on until I got talked to the doctors. And they said that my son was in critical condition and they've been performing CPR for 2 hours. Now, at first I asked his father what happened. His father said he choked on cereal. But when the autopsy came back, they said there was no signs of choking. But my son died from a recent brain bleed. And when I went into that hospital, his chin was missing. His mm, mm, his chin was missing. He had a bruise on his head and a nice little scar on his eye. And I was wondering, Lord, his chin was missing. He had a nice little bruise on his eye. All types of shit. I'm not gonna go too much into detail with that. But my problem is now it's almost December, and the officers and the investigators are telling me, "Oh, we have no update." All I'm asking is, can somebody, anybody, like, comment, share, repost, anything to get this word out? Because this shouldn't happen to him or any other child. I was going to court for over a year telling the judge, hey, my son's coming home with bruises. Hey, my son's coming home and he's not acting the same. The judge told me boys will be boys. Boys will be boys is the reason my son is not here today. Remember his name, Vallen. Don't let him be forgotten. There's a new law in Illinois coming up where a lot of people are going to be released starting January 1st. And I have a big feeling or reason why this has not been figured out yet because they're waiting for the year to pass to let this just sweep under the rug. And I'm not letting it go under the rug. I'm not being quiet about it no more. So never, ever forget the name Vallen. Justice for Vallen. Justice for my baby. Please, someone help me. Anybody, just help me. Someone.
Now this story, yeah, it's incredibly sad. It is. It's incredibly sad. There's so many details. She hasn't posted. Let me check before I say anything. No, she just posted this. She says, when you're going through, but God gives you the biggest blessing. Okay, so she posted that 21 hours ago. So 5-second clip. I don't think she posted, no. She has not posted anything else. And I would like to hear basically what's going on. So in the story, she describes that she went to go pick up her son. Her baby daddy called her, said that her son had hurt him, choked on cereal, which is very sad, and that they were in the hospital, but he had contusions and all the other stuff and subsequently passed. But she had been noticing signs of abuse with her son and had notified the judge and just said, boys will be boys. Basically, like, little boys are clumsy. She didn't give any details of who the baby father is, who the police department. She said Illinois, so we don't really know what part of Illinois she's in. We don't really know anything. So I reached out to her because I wanted to help share her story. I want to go from the beginning to end. What happened in the beginning? Who is attempting to handle the case, right? What police department is handling it? And can we reach out to the police department and be like, hey, can we get some updates on this case? Because it's gone super ultra viral. So we need to at least know the police department. She has not spoken. So until she does, we don't really have a whole lot of details about this. Let me get to some of your comments. This from Letitia said, yeah, that's really incredibly sad. This from D says, I saw this yesterday. It was terrible to sad to watch. I pray that she gets the justice for her baby. Me too. It's incredibly heartbreaking. It's an incredibly heartbreaking story. And I'm hoping I hear back from her. I do hope that I hear back from her because I would like to hear the rest of the details. I don't have a whole lot. She doesn't post often. Oh wait, is she pregnant in this? She is. It looks like she's in this image here. Hold on one second.
Someone, please help.
She's pregnant. Oh. Well, congratulations to her. I would like to hear the rest of her son's story to help. So hopefully we do hear back from her. This from Kira. Kira says he so hard the chin is missing. How could the police not do anything? No idea. Why you say bye? Where are you going, Queen V3? Cleopatra says, I don't know. This is sad, but also seems kind of off. Hmm. I was thinking the same thing. So sporadic, right? And then she had mentioned something about in the new year, the people are going to be released. Is he currently incarcerated? And is he going to get out? Or she want justice because he didn't get a long enough sentence? And then she said something about Illinois changing the law where a lot of people are going to get released in the new year. So I'm wondering if the father of the child is currently incarcerated, but he has a way to get out early, and that's what she wants justice for. Oh, let me get some of your comments. Let me get some of your comments because that threw me off too. Cleopatra. That threw me off too. Queen says, I'm confused. I am too. Statement answers is a little off. Something. This is from Life of QD says, I'm coming in late. What are we talking about? We're talking about the story of Kim Renee, whose son had passed away, and she's telling about how she needs justice for her son. She then posts a video subsequently 21 hours later and celebrating her current pregnancy. So she's pregnant. Cleopatra says, not saying she's lying, but her body language is a little weird off. I think he might be. That's right. So did he? That's what, because she made us. I don't know if y'all caught the statement at the end. And I'm gonna go back to the statement because I feel like a lot of people kind of overlook that.
Just help me
So she
find
said,
justice. Hey, my son's coming home. Son is not here today. Remember
okay, I'm gonna pause and listen.
his name, Vallen Salaveras. Don't let him be forgotten. There's a new law in Illinois coming up where a lot of people are going to be released starting January 1st. And I have a big feeling or reason why this has not been figured out yet because they're waiting for the year to pass to let this just sweep under the rug. And I'm not. There's a new law in Illinois coming up where a lot of people are going to be released starting January 1st. And I have a big feeling or reason why this has not been figured out yet because they're waiting for the year to pass to let this just sweep under the rug. And
That does not make any sense. What does that mean? Yeah, I'll pull it. I gotta know what city though. She doesn't name the city. We don't even know what city it's occurred in. Right? Like he's in jail for something else. And then January 1st, he gets the month of January, he'll get released. And she wants him to stay in there until the investigation kind of takes off so he can remain incarcerated. Now, that could be the case. Yes, Cook County. Yeah, I could check there. I can start there. I have to start at Cook County. I think I could get it. I gotta get it. but it's hard, you guys. These cases are hard to get documents for because it involves a juvenile, and they're 10 times out of 10 they're sealed. They're usually sealed. So these type of cases are tough to get. Tough, tough, tough. Um, this from Nunn says he's not locked up and they're releasing criminals, so he ain't never gonna get locked up once a year passes. How do we know that? This is a heinous crime against a child. That doesn't mean like, oh, no one's gonna go to jail. That law in Illinois is for low level offenses, not heinous ones. And I think she's conflating the two. It's not for heinous, you guys. It's not for heinous stuff. I promise you, it's not. That's what I'm thinking. She said as well. But first, we have to know. She's so vague. She barely gave us anything. But that's no hate to her. So I did reach out to her to see if I can get the full story, so we can kind of help put it together for her, kind of like be her storyteller. So I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, she gets back to me. Bro, why are you here? You said, don't worry about what time I go to bed. I'm rich. I can do what I want. How about you? Oh, let me just go ahead and block you. And then you can do whatever you want on the other side of YouTube. Okay. We'll make it easy for everybody because we don't know what you're doing here, bruh. Like, so let me just go ahead and. Oh, I can put you in timeout. Yeah, I'll put you in timeout. No, I'll just remove you. Timeout don't seem like it's good enough for you. Okay, so I went ahead and blocked you. I don't even block people, but I think you might. I don't think you're well. This from Kira Mitchell says, "Time for everyone out. Time for everyone to out on their Inspector Gadget tools." Yes, right. We got to start digging, and fast. And fast. This is from Natalie. Hello, Natalie. Says, how could the police not investigate from the beginning with the being that way? I don't know. So I want to go and get a copy of the police report. Veronica's right. I do got to get a copy of it. That's probably that's probably the best way to start. That was Nicki Minaj, probably, honey. A little bit. I felt a little bad for him. He said he was an attorney. I don't know any attorneys that act like that. This from DC says, I think that assuming that people would know what she's talking about, presumably, right? She did. I don't think she expected her video to go viral. So what we'll do tomorrow, we'll pull a copy of if it's in Cook County. I don't know. That's the best place to start. We'll start in Cook County, see if it's there, pull a police report, and go from there. You know, we're not going to be able to pull any court records because it's family court. Those are sealed. So we're really relying on her to tell us the story. We're really relying on her to tell us the story. But I'm not going to lie to you. I understand there's certain caveats to storytelling, and when people don't follow up to the story, and when people, when people have unusual behavior, but there is definitely something to say about this being a bit bizarre. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm not gonna pretend to be like, oh no, it's a little odd. There's something about this a little odd to me, at least. Sounds a little odd to me. Yeah, you're right. Peoria. That's also another big city. Yeah. Something about this, I don't know. I just got a weird vibe, so I'm going to kind of ride with it. This from Wink Badu says, the legal system may be tied up figuring out the releases, not focusing on cases, and maybe that's what she meant. She could mean a lot of things. You guys are all correct. She could mean everything that everyone said that is what she's inferring, or what you're inferring about her statement. I agree with, because it could be anything, right? It really could. Where do you see her page? She's on TikTok by the name of Kim Renee. Kim.Renee. Yes, that is his name. I don't know. I've never tried to do it for a child. I'm not going to lie to you. I've never done it for a baby. It's public record, but I've never tried it for a baby. I pulled it for what's her name's brother, but I didn't release it because that's private. What's her name? Ari Fletcher. I pulled it for her brother. This Kyle's sister. This is from AOP says, I don't know, but losing a child is horrible, and to jump to another story quickly is weird to me due to the trauma experience and the loss being with dealing with another man. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Without sounding insensitive. This is from Queening says, "Did the baby fall?" We don't know. We don't have the report. We don't got nothing, Queening. I'm sorry. We don't have anything. We have nothing. She didn't really say much. She just said that she got a call from her son's father that said her baby was choked on cereal and he's taken him to the hospital. When she got there, her baby had passed. That's all she said. That's it. So we don't have much else. But we did post a full story on our Instagram. This from Brandy says, Steph, I think the woman may be referring to the Safety Act. I just Googled it. Let me pull it up. Hmm. Okay, so Safety Act has been the source of plenty of controversy in the 2022 election. So, where we write policy reform restricts the ability of officers to negotiate residency requirements in cities where over 100,000 people, gives Illinois Attorney General additional authority to investigate civil rights violations committed by the police, allows anonymous complaints against police officers, and eliminates the requirement to sign a sworn affidavit, requires the retention of misconduct record. Okay, let's get to the other stuff. Reform the felony murder law. So the defendant or someone acting with them must have caused the death in order for the charge to be of murder. Loosen mandatory minimum sentences and supervised release terms. Eliminate person gerrymandering by county and inmate. Allow anonymous. Require the retention of misconduct. Add additional restrictions. Where's the part about bail? I'm confused. Pretrial detention. Contrary to popular belief, the purpose of cash bail is not to detain dangerous suspects, but to ensure they show up for court, even if holding people for bail will indicatively prevent defendants from committing additional crimes. If they cannot pay or afford, however, pretrial detention with or without bail can be additional harm, including a likelihood of harm and recidivism. The elimination of cash bail and the amendments of the corresponding pretrial detention provision is where the Safety Act proves most controversial with good reason. Pretrial detention replaces bail to prevent. Okay, but the Safety Act sets multiple standards for pretrial detention layers, one over the other. These provisions will make it difficult for prosecutors with petitions to obtain defendant. What is the current law? Who does this pertain to, though? See, thank you. So it says the current law states that all persons are bailable with certain exceptions, such as capital offenses that may warrant life imprisonment, felony offenses requiring imprisonment in certain cases. So she was misinformed, right? The Safety Act does not, which I figured, right? I'm like, there's no way a cashless system is going to apply to someone who commits a heinous crime. So I think the girl, Kim Renee, she conflated the Safety Act with, if her baby father is to be charged with something, he's not going to be able to be, he's going to be able to get, he's not going to have a bond. So he could just run. It doesn't apply to heinous crimes. It only applies to, tickets, jaywalking, speeding tickets, stuff that's non-violent offenses. So I think that's where minor offenses. Thank you very much, Queen V. Yeah, I think that's where she was conflating it to. But again, she was showing images and imagery of her son. So she could have been hyper emotional in that state. So I don't fault her for making that statement, but we're here to correct it. Okay. This from Pia says, his dad told her he on cereal, and she also stated that he had bruising face. Yes, that's correct. This is from Kadra says, okay, that's what she was probably thinking. Yeah. Yeah, she is. So she looked like she's about 7 months. Yeah. But she probably just found out his gender. That's why she said it was a miracle. In this post here, right here, I'll pull it up. I think she says when you are going through, but God gives you the biggest blessing. I think it's because she probably just found out her baby's gender. So it sounds like a gender issue. A gender issue. It sounds like a gender surprise to her. It sounds like a gender surprise to her. That's what I'm personally thinking. But it's rather interesting. It is rather interesting. I hope. Okay, let me tell you what I hope. I hope that she um I hope that she continues to share more information so we can help her, but I can't help with vague information. And that's no shade to her. And it's really her story. But when you make this call to arms, right? Like, hey, share this, get the word out. You got to give us information to share because we don't know who the offense is being made on, right? Or we don't know who is making the offense, right? Is it the police making the offense? Is it the uh ex-partner who's making the offense? Is it the legal system who's making the offense? Is it the judge? Who's the judge? What county? We got to be able to have information to help, so we can spread the word. But without information, there's not a whole lot we can do here at the Nosy Bystanders because she's not giving us much, right? And that's okay. She just published a story yesterday, so hopefully we can get more information on it, so that way we can, you know, you know, figure out what happened. This is from Rel baby. Says she said that she had been back and forth in the courts telling the judge. Yes, I heard that. We watched the video. Thank you very much, Rel. This from Queening says if the baby presented what the mom said, all this goes out the window. People automatically go in overdrive. The nurse, hospital, DFS, related everybody. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, did she get justice? That's my first question. Yeah. Does she? Does she post content on it? Let me check. Oh, hold on one second. I think her TikTok's connected to it. Hold on. Ah! Don't be playing music. Okay. I thought her YouTube was connected to her TikTok account. She disconnected it. Oh no, she didn't. Really, Renee, 2892. I found it. Hmm. Okay, hold on one second, you guys. I'm trying to look for it now. I found it. Hmm. Um, Letitia, I sent it to you. Sent it where? Where did you send it? I don't know where you sent it. This is from Tasia. Tasia says, I'm thinking the same thing. This is from Rel says, you can't just walk into court. There must have been a case open already against the dad. I think they had a custody thing. It was like a back and forth. Does that make sense? I think they had a custody thing. This is from B. Ashland says, has anyone heard about Chef Carmen's drama? She's being accused of stealing money from charities and donations. Ooh, child. Send it to us on Instagram, B. Ashland, if you can. Or Facebook. I don't care where you send it, but send it somewhere and tell us where it's sent. Messenger. Where's that? What's that? Is that Facebook, Instagram, email? Can you be a little bit more specific? Just a little, please, so I can find it. I don't know what Messenger means. I have tons of Messenger apps. I have WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, email. I don't know what that is. Okay. Father's name is Miles. Ooh, hold on. Can I copy this? What's his name? Let me make it. I gotta pull up my notes up, y'all. Hold on. Y'all give me too much. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Now let me pull up my Facebook Messenger. Hold on one second. Okay, let's see when he passed. July 18th, 2022. July 18th, 2022. Okay, hold on one second, you guys. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm putting my thinking cap on. So, I'm not going to talk as much, but I promise I'm going to. Hmm. Okay, hold on one second, you guys. I got to look at something. Hmm. When was this posted? Okay, let me get to your comments. Okay. All right. I think I saw what I needed to see. Okay, this is her Facebook. This is her YouTube. Um, yes, I know where they are. You guys, I used to live in DuPage County. Okay. I'm quite familiar with Chicago. That's where I went to college. Oh, I'm not wearing the right shirt. Hold on. This is my old stomping grounds. This is where I went to college. I went to college in Illinois. I went to college at Elmhurst. Can you see? Can you see my shirt? Yeah, I went to college in Elmhurst. I was in DuPage County. Oh, DuPage? Yes, I went to college in DuPage. Not I didn't go to the college in DuPage. That's a junior college. I went to Elmhurst in DuPage County. So I'm very familiar with all that. You don't got to tell me all the counties and stuff. I already know that. As soon as somebody said Joliet, I already know I already know how it works. Okay, so I'm gonna already get the info. Okay. Yeah, that's because it wasn't charged properly. So in her story, she's saying he wasn't charged. If there's no charges, right, then none of this is going to come up anywhere on his anywhere. So we have to get all the proper paperwork to see what was filed. So even if you try to search that with these anecdotes, the M word and the A word, nothing's going to show up because if the cops and the judge didn't take her seriously, you're not going to see that anywhere on any of his documentation, not even his obituary. So don't think that's odd. That's not odd. It's because she's stating it was a failure of the system why her baby father didn't get charged. And so we're going to dig into it. This from Queening says they would gladly slap him with her. They would gladly slap him with her, even if it was, even if it was a hint he did it. You mean she did it, right? You said please block Meg. Who's Meg? Oh, Megan Monroe. You went to college, but you on YouTube. Megan, we have a black media company called the Nosy Bite. We're an actual black media company. We have our own network on Roku. YouTube is just another avenue for our network. Please download us on Roku. We're a great network. We host a whole lot of black content from cooking to sketch comedy to news to sports to fitness. We have all kinds of content creators making content. So thank you. I appreciate you recognizing us being here, but also being on your television. Nice. This is from Kira. Kira says, according to TikTok, on 225, she maybe have been working with GSU Bookstore located in University Park, Illinois. Okay, that's great. That her employment doesn't really matter about this case. I'm more interested in the police, the judge, and the baby daddy. But I appreciate that, Kira. Thank you very much. But that's not pertinent to this case. But I appreciate that. um yeah, interesting. This from Queen says, Lord Chief, why folks be testing your gangster tonight? I don't know. I don't know why people be trying to test me. I used to be an internet troll. So people trying to pretend to be internet trolls are not very good ones because I did it from 2007 to about 2018, right? At the height, at the beginning of Twitter. So when people try to be like, "Oh, like somebody said to me yesterday, you need to put a silk press in your hair." I don't know if that was an insult or not, but I was like, I don't get it. But okay, if that's the best you got, try a little harder. You have to try a little bit harder with me, just because I live the life of an internet troll. So when people try to troll me, like, have I ever had a good troll? No, never. And I'm not saying I'm unmatched. I'm just saying, um, but I am. I'm quite unmatched. I'm pretty unmatched. Being an internet troll, and this is just outside of this story, but being an internet troll is really a skill, and it takes an immense amount of level-headedness and thick skin to be a good one. And for what people to say to you, not to offend you. Like it's very rare I get offended by a comment. So Megan Monroe, Red Pill, whoever that person is, you can't offend me. In order for you to make me offended, I have to believe what you're saying is true and accurate. That's how being an internet troll works, right? So when you're, and now this is just a tip for Megan. So or Red Pill, whoever that is. When you are trying to troll someone, in order to be a good one, you have to cut them in a way that you think that you are offending them. Once you have made an offense, then then that's when you really take a deep dive into your trolling, right? That's how you really get cut to them. So you can't be an internet troll if the person's like, oh, okay, or oh, that doesn't offend me. It doesn't work, right? It doesn't work. It has to offend them, right? You have to take an offense to them. So that's just my advice to you. It's probably not going to work on me, but you're more than welcome to stick around and stay. I don't even have the energy to block you, but kudos to you. And thank you again, Queenie. I don't know why they're trying to try my gangster tonight, child. I don't know. It don't work though. But yeah, okay. So now that we got a little bit of information about the child, the dad, and his time of death, now we can get to work because that's just all. And we got a location, honey. He and Joliet. So now we have a location. Now we can really sink our teeth into it. And so tomorrow we're going to be looking more into this case until I hear back from her, but just doing the digging that we're going to do ourselves and seeing what we can pull out of this story because the story is rather interesting. You understand what I mean? And I want to know what happened. She had a nice YouTube page. She had a nice TikTok page, and it seemed like all of that came to a standstill when she just wasn't getting justice for her child. So I can understand why she would be, heartbroken about that. This from Karen. Karen says, "Don't waste your time trying to explain something to Megan because intelligence can't reason with ignorance." Definitely, definitely cannot. This from Just Josie says, "I used to be an internet troll on Twitter, and you kind of become a pro with the comebacks. You really do." Sometimes I have to watch my tongue because I'd be like, "Ooh, I can't say that." But yeah, if you want to be a really good internet troll, the premium internet trolls came from these 3 locations I'm about to tell you. MySpace. I'm sorry, 4 locations. I'll even add a 4th for you. MySpace, Twitter, Tumblr, Reddit. Hands down. If you know anybody from those eras who used to be internet trolls, they probably got the thickest skin you have ever met. Those are the four locations of the primo internet trolls. And I didn't troll on MySpace because I was one of those girly girls who just liked like, charging people to update their pages and stuff. I would charge $5 and I would update people's pages. And then when I really got heavy into my Twitter game, so, and I never got into Tumblr and I never got into Reddit. So MySpace was like me just being, your average 15-year-old kid. And then Twitter is it's when my villain era came out. So, but yeah, you're right, just Josie. Once you learn how to be if you've learned the art of trolling on Twitter, can't nobody say nothing to you. Nothing. Cause the internet trolls now, they don't even, they don't even, let me say this. They're not even, they're so bad. They're so bad. You understand what I mean? They're so bad. They don't even, they're so bad. They're so weak. It's just, I just be looking at them like, what is that? Is that supposed to be offensive? Child, I just be looking at them laughing, honey. You said, because our nosy gonna be on, I be on it. Y'all be on it too. Y'all quicker than me because y'all doing a lot more. All right, I gotta entertain you, right, and kind of read stuff and move about. But y'all be the ones in my DM sending me all the tea. But y'all be on it too. This from Blake says, you know what, queso? You might be right. Who's queso? I think so. I think Megan is Red Pill, who was here earlier, who we blocked. They probably came back from another page, but they left again. They're not coming back. They're definitely gone. They got called out, and they just feel, some people just they leave with their tail between their legs. So it's definitely not Cardi B. It's definitely not. It's definitely not. But yeah. This from Queening. Queening says, they only hurl insults with no intelligence. It's like, do you know how easy it is to offend somebody? It's the easiest thing you do. The best way to here's a pro tip. The best way to offend somebody is to make them explain themselves. That's the best troll game you could ever do to someone. So when someone says something offensive, you're like, what is that? What's that supposed to mean? Could you explain yourself? That's offensive to people. They're like, I already said it. And so people get agitated. So when you make people explain themselves, that's like the easiest way to offend them, right? Like, do you hear yourself? Repeat that. Ooh, that is like one of the most offensive things you could say to someone, even though you completely heard what they said, but now you've drawn the question back. You made it rhetorical. People can't handle that. This from I'm a Jewel says, girl, you need to go and take over the Wendy Williams show for real, for real. They would never let me because one, I'm not going to do my hair. And two, I'm not wearing makeup. And three, I'm not wearing no Louis Vuitton shoes and sliding across the floor. I ain't doing all of that. Wendy, she was doing too much. Wendy's a girly girl, but she was doing too much for me, honey. I ain't going to do all of that. Ain't no way. But so I wanted to, hold on. I want to check something out real quick, I've been checking Interpol once an hour, every hour to see if Dejanay's arrest warrant is in there. Let me see. I'm hoping it's in here, but I might be early. They update it once an hour, so I check it once an hour. Dang. I'm hoping it was in here. This is where it's going to be. So I check it once an hour, every hour. There's only two. Mexico only has two out. I'm waiting for the third one to pop up. That's going to be Dejanay, honey. So I just want to check to see. I want to be the first one to publish it. Okay. I know I'm like, you guys, it doesn't matter who published it first, but I want to be the first one to publish it. So I check it every hour, once an hour, every hour, honey. Cause I'm gonna be on it. I just want to publish it. I want to see what mugshot they got. That's why I really want to publish. I just want to see what picture. That's why I want to publish it. That's what Tisha says. That's why you have Nose by Sanders TV on Roku. Thank you. I do. Thank you. Thank you very much. This from Joy. Joy says, yes, explain. Let me see what your diction is like, right? It's a bingo. This is from Gina. Gina says, someone asked Me, if I was a journalist last night because they were talking lies about Shanquilla, so I asked for proof, and they were all spreading gossip, so I jammed out. Grateful for you. You're very welcome. Yeah, be mindful of people just out here spreading salacious lies. And ask them, where did you hear that from? And there's nothing wrong with that. If you're very sound in what you're saying and what you're producing to people, right? Like, oh, I heard this story. Oral citations are a thing. That's why your professor teaches you how to give them, right? Oral citations are usually used during presentations in class or in an office setting, but oral citations are a thing. And they are a thing even when you're having armchair conversations with your friends or out to have cocktails. Cite that source. And if somebody's offended by it, then they shouldn't be talking. You know how easy it is to cite a source? If you read it somewhere and didn't just slide through the headline, you actually read the article, you should be able to cite that. And so, yeah, no, press people on it. If they don't know how to cite it, that's their problem. That's their problem. Okay, that is their problem, honey. Right? What is what's Tabitha Brown be saying? That's your business. That's your business. Okay, that's your business. That is your business. But here is where Shanquilla's arrest warrant is going to be. They update it once an hour, every hour. If you guys remember yesterday, there was 7,119 people in Interpol's red alert. Now there is 7,116. So they captured 3 people. Who those people are, I don't know. I do not know. Let me tell you something else that I noticed about red notices. Look at this. So, right, you see how Mexico only has 2 red notices, one for a Horatio Duarte and another one from Eduardo Cordova, right? 2, which is pretty standard. When I searched Russia, let me show you what I saw. And this has nothing to do with Shanquilla's case. It's just an interesting thing that I saw. Where is R at? Gosh, I don't even know the alphabet. Look at this. Hold on, it's got to update. Come on, darn it, update. Okay, hold on, I gotta do it again. I'm gonna hope I can find the R's. Okay, here we go. Nearly half of all red notices made are from Russia. Are these people actual people on red alert, or are they just political prisoners? You understand what I mean? Does that make sense? That's a little odd to me. That to me, I find that number is incredibly uncomfortable because how y'all got. I know there's a lot of people in Russia, but how does half of all the red notices come from Russia alone? Nearly half. It starts to make you question whether these people are actual criminals or people who are just defectors of the Russian Federation in the Kremlin. I'm curious why there's so many, right? When I put my political science hat on, those are the questions that arise to me because I just accidentally clicked on it and I was like, oh, that's weird. Why does Russia have nearly half of all the red notices? I don't even know if anybody notices that. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Interesting. That's to me, I find that a little alarming because I wonder if some of them are probably, yeah, some of them are probably criminals, but actually let's click on some of these. Let's click on her. She seems like a nice lady. What does she do? Organization of activity and organization of participating activity, participate in armed formation that is not provided by the federal law. Oh, she engaged in protest. Wow. Because that's what that is. Come on, let's be for real. Let's find another person. Let's pick another woman. Same thing. It's protest. Oh, she's so pretty. Protest. She was protesting. She was protesting against the. It's crazy that they even allow this. What does this say? Same thing. These are just protesters. These are just probably people who are just anti-Russian Federation, literally rigged elections. Okay. They call them free and fair elections. There's nothing free and fair about the election. That's why the United States never congratulates Vladimir Putin when he wins an election, because they know it's not free or fair. So all these people are just sitting there and, oh, you know, organized crime. Come on, man. Those people, those are protests. Those are protests. And they probably fled to Georgia and Lithuania and Bosnia. And is Bosnia still a country? Yeah. The Czech Republic, they probably just, fled, which, as they should. They should flee. But sheesh, don't let Russia come looking for you. And the Interpol should really look at that. Like, they should really look at that. And these other nations too, because Interpol can't get this alert unless the other nation agrees to it. So why are these other nations agreeing to this? Let me see. Let's see if Russia has any for U.S. citizens, which I highly doubt. Okay, let's see. They have 4. Yusuf, Elena, Gregory, and Masick. What did he do? Oh, gosh, against a minor. Whew. Come get him. Okay, what did this guy do? Aiding an extremely large-scale fraud. Come get him, too. But they're so vague about it. What did this guy do? Fraud performed in large amounts. Okay. Now, what does Granny do? Aggravated fraud, intentional infliction of bodily harm, attempted, driving another person to commit. Eyed. Wow, she's okay, Granny. She fled to the US. I think the United States probably sees these people as political prisoners, and because why are they in the United States? But the United States had to agree to this. So maybe the US is like, they probably have family here. I don't know. Interesting. You guys, Interpol is interesting, y'all. Political science, y'all. I be telling y'all the TB over here, honey. The TB over here. Let me read some of your comments. This from None says, this case is so weird. They show one video, but not the other. And I'm tired. And I'm tired of the whole case giving me Kanika vibes. There is no other video that we know of. So I just say that there isn't a video because there's been no proof and there's been no evidence of another video existing. So I don't talk about an additional video in Shanquilla's case because, again, there's no evidence that another video exists. There's no evidence of it. There's hearsay that it exists, but there's no evidence another video exists. There's none. This is from Mandersley says, Russia is one of the countries I'm okay with never visiting. Which is crazy because it's so beautiful. According to Naomi Campbell's done tons of modeling shoots there. And she says one of the most beautiful countries you could ever go to, but it's run by a lunatic. Katra says, I work at school and tell the kids to break stuff down. They get mad so quick. Oh. It's from Minnesota Mandy. Hey, Mandy says, so since Russia is on Interpol, would they turn someone over if they wanted? Only if they wanted to, but they don't have an extradition. They don't have an extradition treaty with the U.S. So even if Interpol got an alert from the U.S., right? Russia's not inclined to turn them over. They could just like, okay, well, hey, Russia, the U.S. said there's someone there. I wonder if the U.S. has any for Russia, because wouldn't he be on there? Wouldn't Edward Snowden be on there? Hold on, let's check. Because he lives in Russia, but I don't know if the U.S. ever put anything out for Edward Snowden. I'm not entirely sure if they did. Let's see. Let's see. Only 4. Sergey Link, Alexander Bereshev, Ilham something, and Irina Dimitrov. No Edward Snowden, huh? So, yeah. But Russia's not going to turn those people over. I don't think so. Catcher says, Master Chief Nosy Bison. Master, what does that mean? Stephanie, I've seen other people post about the Shanquilla story, and I've been questioning everything they've said. I'm learning from you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, Sammy, how you doing? Said, hi, Chief Nosy Bystander. I'm all my nosy folks. My old roommate is Russian, and Lord, that biddy could drink. Oh, like an old biddy. That's what my aunt and my mom calls old ladies who drink a lot. They call them old biddies. Mhm. Oh, she used to drink a lot. I dated a Russian guy. He never drank at all. I think he had like post-traumatic stress from maybe his parents drinking a ton. Um, interesting. But not the old biddy. This from Quinta. Hey, Quinta says, "Hey, nosy, peeps, have you heard anything about the couple six and their families? Like, did they have children? No, I don't know anything about them. They have no social media, so I don't know much. I do know that Dejanay has a child, but that's all I know. Unfortunately, that's all I know about them. I'm sorry." This from Julia. Julia says, "You're giving Judge Judy vibes." Am I? I try not to judge. I mean, I do my best. I try not to judge. I'm just being objective. I think when people start to see what objectivity looks like, oh, she's being objective, it kind of gives like judgy vibes, right? Not like judgy in a sense of like, oh, you're being judgy, but like Judge Judy vibes. But I'm just being objective, right? I only know what I can prove. That's all I know. I don't really know much else. I try not to know anything else. I try not to pretend I know a bunch of stuff. I know a lot of people tend to do that because they have like a diminished sense of self. So when they sound like they're smart and they know everything and they're right and they want to be known and they want people to give them their props and their flowers, that to me that's it's giving narcissists. It's giving narcissists. So since I'm not one, I those things don't mean anything to me. Like I don't need recognition. I don't need this. I don't need that. I just maintain objectivity. Like I just try to remain objective and just tell a story as it is. I don't need anything else. My sister told me that one of her classmates, not one of her classmates, one of her coworkers was watching my videos, and I think she said she asked her if she knew me or what did she say to me? She said somebody had was watching one of my videos and had like referenced it. I guess kind of like they didn't know that that was my sister. I said, "That's crazy. Where were you?" I think she said she was at work or something. I don't know, something crazy like that. I said, "Okay, shout out to the people watching me, sharing it with my sisters." They're like, "Oh, this girl's great. Who is she?" "Oh, that's my sister." So probably, people probably don't believe her. But thank you very much, Julia. I appreciate that. This from Mia says, "I've gotten the Vallen's father's name. Did he die or is he still at large? I don't know if he's even in trouble. I'm gonna do some research on him tonight. I don't really know much about the guy either, but I'm gonna do some research on him tonight. He's a free Britney Grey. They did her so dirty. They did her so dirty. And the US is trying to negotiate, but you can't. You guys know how hard it is to negotiate with Russia? It's like when people are like, okay, I'll do it for $10,000. And the other person's like, I'll give you 9,500. You're like, okay, I'll do it. With Russia, you'll be like, Russia will be like, I'll do it for $20 trillion. The US is like, okay, we'll give you a trillion. Russia's like, okay, we want 80 trillion. They're like, so you can't negotiate with them because they're so hyperbolic and crazy. You're just like, we barely want to give you a trillion, and now you up the ante to 80. You can't negotiate with Russia. So negotiating for Brittany Griner, she's just gonna have to survive the 9 years and get out. Or Vladimir Putin's cancer is gonna have to kick in so we can get a new leader of Russia so we can negotiate with them because you can't negotiate with Vladimir Putin. You can negotiate with someone else, but someone else. You can't negotiate with him. He's the hardest person to negotiate with completely. That's from Julia says, no, you're not being judgmental, but you only want realistic and tangible evidence. I love it. I sure do. I sure do. I sure do. Because that's the only way I know how to operate. I don't know how to operate any other way. You guys, this is it for Sunday service. I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. Tomorrow we're gonna get more into the case of Justice for Vallen. We're gonna give some updates on Shanquilla's Robinson case and see if Dejanay's arrest warrant has been issued into Interpol tomorrow. And most likely it probably will be. We're probably going to get some coverage on that. So tomorrow we'll be back with Shanquilla Robinson case. More information if her warrant has been posted, as well as more details on the Justice for Vallen case, because that case is incredibly curious. So I'm your host, Chief Nosy Bystander. I will talk to you guys tomorrow, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay, we will see you then. Have a good night, you guys. Okay. At least try to. Okay. Don't keep yourself up too late. All right. Bye-bye.